What's up, Cavs fans? Brendan Gulick and Spencer Davies with you, getting ready for the home opener. Can't believe it's already here. We finally have regular season basketball back in the 2-1-6, and we've got a team that's already off to a good start with a victory on the road. Spencer, something they haven't done in basically 2 decades is win a season opener on the road. It was plenty dramatic, which is always fun, especially because it turned out the right way. And now the team gets to come home and play an Oklahoma City team to kick off the home schedule. First of a back-to-back, a couple of tough assignments here early on in the schedule. What are your biggest pregame thoughts here as we get ready for tonight's game?
Well, I think it's interesting that they're on the flip side now, right? So they used to always be the young and hungry up-and-coming team, right? Now they got the first 2 opponents of the season, the Thunder and the Pacers, who are teams that are up-and-coming in their own right and have a lot of young talent on their team. So I feel like tonight is going to be really fun just because they're going to have that competitive hungriness, right? And JB Bickerstaff made sure to highlight they're not going to take these teams lightly. Just because they're at where they're at in their kind of steps doesn't mean that they can take them lightly or not compete to the level that they're used to competing at. So I feel like tonight, one, it's going to be very special just because the crowd's going to be into it. It's a Friday night in downtown Cleveland. Let's be honest, it's just going to be a really good environment. A lot of excitement around the team, and it should be a fun one.
So the biggest storylines for the Cavs coming in right now are, unfortunately, a little bit around who's not available tonight. Again, no Jared Allen because still dealing with that injured ankle, and it sounds like questionable the status for both Dean Wade and Darius Garland. Anything else you've gathered beyond that on what we might see from the Cavs tonight, just in terms of personnel?
In terms of personnel, I think you hit it on the head. JB Bickerstaff being coy as usual with his injuries, I'll tell you, he goes very questionable when asked about Darius Garland tonight. So I don't know if that was just being funny or not, whatever. But Dean Wade, he went through shoot around this morning, and then also yesterday saw him in a hoodie doing some stuff with some coaches after, probably trying to sweat all of that virus out, whatever he had, because he's obviously been dealing being under the weather. So other than that, I feel like they're going to have their regular, guys going, and we'll see who the starting lineup is. We'll see if JB Bickerstaff sticks with Isaac Okoro there, or if he brings in Karis LeVert or whatever it may be, because this Oklahoma City Thunder team is long and they have a lot of, we'll just say they have a lot of like dexterity. Well, they have a lot of versatility, stuff like that.
Very questionable. I expect Darius to start tonight if I hear things like that. But we'll see. Hey, look, how about on the OKC side? They had a really impressive season opening win over the Bulls, 31 points for Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, we're talking about a Thunder team that is kind of interesting, frankly. I don't know that I expect them to be a true Western Conference champion contender, but I don't know that they can't be, which I think is probably what's fun in Oklahoma City's fanhood. What do you think about these Thunder?
I love the Thunder. I've been a fan of the Thunder, honestly, from afar for a few years now, just because, they went out and got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He ended up being their superstar, right? So at that point, it's what happens after. They get Jalen Williams. You bring in Josh Giddey the year after Shai. Chet Holmgren is a big part of this team and should be a great matchup against Evan Mobley tonight. So they have some spunk to them, and they have a lot of fight. I think it's interesting, too, that Mark Dagnall is somebody who has a fluid rotation. And just talking from their beat writers, it's interesting because they don't have a set, kind of depth chart. They kind of go as the game goes. And that's kind of been Mark Dagnall's style. So I'm interested to see how that plays out tonight. There's a couple guys that I love. Some young guys like, other than Jay Williams, I love like Isaiah Joe. I think he's one of the best shooters in the league. I think Kenrich Williams is very underappreciated from a role standpoint, but he might be out tonight because he's been dealing with injury as well. But they've got a lot of talent, just outside of Shai too. We're not even talking about Lou Dort. Lou against Dort, he's one of the best defenders in the league, bar none, and strong, plays bigger than he is. So should be a fun matchup to watch for, and I'm interested to see how the Cavs respond to that and play in a team that's not below their level, but also not on the same plane. Same tomorrow, too, against Indiana.
I am in particular looking forward to watching Evan and Chet go one-on-one and just see who wins those battles. That could be really, really entertaining for fans all across the country tonight. I guess last thing, just the fact that it's opening night down at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, and the other big news around the Cavs this week. I don't know if he'll be there tonight or not. We probably should have asked him that today when I was in the locker room in Berea. But Myles Garrett, now a minority owner in the Cleveland Cavaliers. You're on site tonight at the Fieldhouse. What's the buzz there about 95 getting a chance to have a little say in things?
Man, I hope I see him because I just want to see how I look next to him, right? He's a big dude.
You look
He's a
small.
big dude. But I'll say, Myles, I'm pretty sure will bring some friends with him, right? I think I saw that Greg Newsome was looking to come. I know he's a huge Cavs fan. And then Ogbo, too. Ogbo was reaching out on social media trying to figure out what this is like here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. So should be a fun night all around for Cleveland. And it's two sports teams that are linked together now.
That's awfully cool. Cavs and Thunder getting underway in just about an hour. Of course, for all of your continuing Cleveland Cavaliers coverage, both in terms of video here on this YouTube channel and certainly in print, head over to CavsInsider.com. For Spencer Davies, I'm Brendan Gulick. We'll see you a little bit later tonight after the Cavs finish up their home opener against Oklahoma City.